video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course, I forgot to put myself in. Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki. Good morning, Purple Valkyrie and Samantha Joe. The Valkyries are here. Good morning, Captain Shrek. My other wrench is here. Jedi Bill 797 Project Storytime. Yeah, I know, I'm a boomer. Mountains of Elysium. Derek McManus. Keely Chow. Roll Tide. Keely Roll Tide. Lady Miss, the Guardian of the Void, is here, ladies and gentlemen. Lori Roberts, the Destructor, is here. Good morning, Lori. Mary's Game Room. Good morning, Kronos. How are you doing? The Troll of Trolls is here, ladies and gentlemen. Kronos is here. Cred Sox 5. Good morning, Carol. Robert Pearson. Good morning, Dave G. Sound. Adega Outlaw, the Doctor of Destruction. How are you doing, brother? How is everybody doing this morning? I hope you are having a great Tuesday morning. I know I am, because you know what? Apparently, I'm a hater. I'm a hater. Good morning, Darth Monkey ORAP. How are you doing, brother? Superhero Reviews. Good morning. Yeah, Stephanie Littlepage, Mark the Infinitely Tired Gun Bunny. How are you doing, Gun Bunny? Yeah, we're all haters. We're all haters. You know what? I love this. I've heard this over and over and over again throughout the years, the last couple of years. Matthew Berkland, good morning. Over and over again, I've heard the same thing. Dee Dee Myers, good morning. That anybody who doesn't like something is an ist or an obe or a whatever they want to call you, a Yahtzee. Now, you know what? If you don't love Lower Decks, you're not a true Star Trek fan. You can't love Star Trek if you don't love Lower Decks. I am completely blown away by the repeat of events that is going on. It makes absolutely no sense. Pudgy, good morning, Pudgy. Are you going to catapult in, brother, and drop little Pudgy-sized tacos everywhere? Good morning. It's telling when you stand up and you say, you know what, I think that DJ Odyssey Loki, I'm not a hater. I'm a pink bunny. Oh, bunny. We're not a lot of things, DJ. We're not a lot of things. And seeing the comments that yeah, Dave G. Sound, if you don't love Lower Decks, you are a Star Trek fan. Sorry. When I see the comments that if you don't like this show, you can't love Star Trek. If you don't love this show, you're not a true fan. If you don't love this show, you're just a hater. You're just a hater. You just like to hate. And Pudgy brings goodies if happy show, otherwise Pudgy hides. Oh, it's absolutely asinine the way they treat us, the way they look at us, the way they point their fingers at us and say, this is all your fault. Project Storytime, we tried watching the free episode of Lower Decks last night. We couldn't even make it 8 minutes. I'm surprised. I really am. I'm surprised you made it 8 minutes. I watched 2 episodes multiple times, and I honestly feel dumber for having done that. It's one of those things that you're just like, what? It's like that part in that Adam Sandler movie. We are now all dumber for having heard you. You are awarded no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. So, Captain Trek, Loki, I'm sorry, but I think some people are so desperate for Trek, they're willing to accept the crap they are serving now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Admiral Oliver Franklin Doom. Oh, the irony in being called a hater by people proud to be freaking bigots. Just an observation. No, it's pretty much a fact. Yeah, Pudgy has goodies. Loki, no yelling. I will do my best not to yell this morning. Loki, so if we also get angry, does that make us mad hat? Yes, mad hatters. Yes. Can we have a tea party? Yes. And a very merry unbirthday to you, Colin P. Smith. Oh, Nina Green. Good morning. Good morning, Nina. Good morning, Nina Green. Jedi Bill with the hookup. Don't forget Nina Green. No. Mark the Infinitely Tired is slap full of hate. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. You know what? Either you like a show or you don't. And if you say you like it, why does there need to be a movement to pretty much cancel you and get you to shut up? I mean, you would think that that they would welcome your opinion. This is Star Trek, right? This is Star Trek. Views are important. And I'm not talking about clicks. I'm talking about the views of people that watch the show. That's supposed to be important, right? They want your criticism, right? They want to do better, right? I don't think they do. Stephanie Littlepage, congrats, Loki. You just got my husband out of bed. Hello, Captain Robert April. Good morning. Hopefully you're getting some coffee in you, brother. Yeah, for Purple Valkyrie, for a show that's only 20 minutes long and takes forever to watch. That is so true. You know what? I gave the show a shot. I'm not going to continue to review it. I was reviewing on Thursday on the launch days. I'm not going to do that because it's just not good. I'm not going to waste my time reviewing something that I don't like. I'm going to try and keep up with it. Even though I think it's crap, I'm going to try and keep up with it, but, and give it a shot. But as far as the reviews go, I'm done. They showed me what I needed to see 2 episodes in. Mariner is definitely Mariner, and she probably taught Michael Burnham everything Michael Burnham knows. I'm sure they'll explain that in some way. Mariner will go back in time and meet a young Michael Burnham and say, oh, this is how you're perfect at everything. Yes, Cobalt Pudgy, and we're going to be getting that. We're going to be getting to that. Shadow Man, good morning, Shadow Man. Mr. CCDV, I wonder that myself. I laughed multiple times per episode. I still give it a 6 out of 10. And if you like this show, I mean, that's cool. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad it brings you the funnies. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't. And to be pointed at and called an ist or an obe or a Yahtzee because I don't like a show, to be called, oh, well, you're not a true Star Trek fan. You're not a true Star Trek fan, because if you were, you would love this. No, yeah, Psycho Dwarf. That's because people saw the train wreck. They've seen the train wreck now, so they don't have to keep watching. They saw the train wreck in the first 2 episodes. You see what I believe you're going to see for the rest of this season is Mariner doing what Mariner does, and Boimler doing what Boimler does, and it's not going to change. You're not going to get anything else besides what you've already gotten. If you do, I will be very, very surprised, and I'll even say so. I won't hold back. If it does something good, hell yeah. But I'm not going to review it episode by episode. It's just not worth it to me. I'm not gonna take the time to do it. The panel we had for both shows, we were insightful. We talked about the issues we had with the show. We talked about what we liked about the show. But for me, that's the music, the special effects, not the art style, but the special effects. And it's all member berries, and it's all Boimler and Mariner. And I think they made a mistake. Show was DOA. Shadow Man, yeah, the show was DOA. Yeah, Project Storytime. Over 50% of women left it. What happened to all that empowerment? I'm sorry, but you know what? When I can't imagine that a lot of women like the fact that Mariner is perfect and Mariner is going to be the chief focus on the show. That's just my opinion. If you don't agree with it, that's fine. But that is my opinion, and that's not going to change. You see the preview for the next episode. What do you got? You've got Mariner talking about how she completely disregards the chain of command and just thinks that command can suck it. Well, really? You want to be in Starfleet? You have no respect for the rules of the Federation, the rules of Starfleet. You have no care in the world about your command staff that runs the ship. You think they're just all stuffy ass officers. There's a reason why Mariner feels that way, and that's because she was removed from command multiple times. And for her to continue to have this attitude, it just continues to show the disrespect for Star Trek. That's all it does. We're going to make the main focus of our show someone who hates Starfleet, who hates the chain of command, who hates the rules. She's obnoxious. And this is the way we're going to go. And apparently they thought that was a good idea. Shadow Man, Mariner is obnoxious. I completely agree. And you're allowed to have that opinion. Don't let anybody else tell you different, brother. Don't let anybody else tell you different. Project Storytime, in all our 7 minutes watching it, Becky kept telling Mariner, shut up. Yeah, shut up, Mariner. Captain Trek, I'm sorry, but that show is not funny. I think it is toilet humor and Star Trek tropes thrown in, but they do it in the wrong ways. They do. As Purple Lady said earlier, it's almost like this show was written by people who watched Star Trek and hated it and wanted to make a meme out of it. That's what they wanted to do, is make a meme out of Star Trek. How do you do that? How do you do that when you work at CBS and you work on Star Trek? You're going to make a meme out of your own shit and think it's funny. Personally, I don't understand that. I don't understand how you, I don't get it. I don't get how you do that. But they're going to do it. And snafu and bohica are common terms and always blamed on command staff. Well, she is constantly blaming the command staff for everything. And I forget who said it. Someone on the panel said it. Everyone but the tactical officer is running around like a moron on the command staff. Well, I'm going to tell you what. They're going to make the tactical officer look like a moron. Just wait. When he's jumping up and down and throwing a fit on the bridge because he can't blow something up, they're going to make him look like a moron as well. It will be all toxic masculinity and blah, 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 blah. It's just, it's absolutely maddening. Captain Robert April, I'm amazed at the number of telepaths that have sprung up ready to tell us the inner thoughts of the show's writers and producers. Well, all we can do, Captain, is take what they've given us so far and comment on it. I haven't seen all 4 episodes of the show. There are reviewers out there that are praising this that have seen all 4 episodes of the show, all 4 episodes they have made so far. And we've got 8 more episodes. Yes, Shadow Man. By the time this is over, so much damage will have been done to Star Trek that a reboot is the only way out after they dump Kurtzman. It's not just this show that did the damage. It's Picard. It is Discovery. That's what kicked all this off. The reboot movies, I did not like a lot of the stuff they did in Into Darkness, but I did like some of it. The last movie, I can't even remember most of what the last movie's about. That's how just like, really? I watched the shit out of the first movie. And I watched Into Darkness at least half a dozen times thinking maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm not, connecting on this in a certain way. When the true Star Trek fans, the true fans point their fingers at you and tell you, well, you're so horrible for not liking this show. Or you didn't even watch it. Yeah, Captain Robert April, the last movie, was essentially Fast and the Furious in space. I did like the song they used that connected back to the first one. I did like that when they were fighting that hive in space or whatever the hell it was. I did like that. Beastie Boys. Anyway, Project Storytime. CBS has got to realize that Star Trek has a small but loyal fan base. You change it to appeal to normies, it's just white noise to them and will reject that they turned it into something it is not. Very true and very well said, Josh. Am I telling you that you need to hate this show? No. You can feel however you want to about this show. You can like it. You can not like it. Great googly moogly. Positive candor. But what does the other side do? The other side of this equation wants to point their fingers at people that don't like it and talk shit. That's what they do. They want to point their fingers at us and they want to say that we're this, we're that, because we don't like something. They want us to be silent. They want us to sit down and shut up. They want us to not be able to speak out about it because they want to be the only narrative there is. Okay? They want to fudge the numbers. They want to control the narrative. And they want to say everybody should love this show. One of the very first things I heard about all of this was if you truly love Star Trek and you're an Orville fan, you'll love Lower Decks. So apparently I'm not a true Star Trek fan and I don't love the Orville. How wrong are they? Well, let's see. I've loved Star Trek since I was in short pants. Since I think I saw my first episode and remember seeing my first episode when I was like 3 or 4. And I love the Orville. I think the Orville's great. If this is their answer to the Orville, wow, did they make a mistake? They made a big mistake. A very big mistake. This is not Star Trek's answer to the Orville. This is just a mistake. I could not even watch 5 minutes of the freebie episode, even skipping through it. It was not Trek. Pudgy sighs another angry show. Scampers off. No, Pudgy, I'm not angry. I'm not yelling, brother. We're talking. We're discussing. If I was yelling, man, I'd just be going off. Stephanie Littlepage, the only thing that's got me to watch the first 2 reboot movies were Chris Hemsworth in the first one and Benedict Cumberbatch in the second. Benedict Cumberbatch played a great role. He did a great job. It just shouldn't have been Khan. It should have been something else. They should have done something else, but they did Khan, and that's what we ended up with. Benedict Cumberbatch can play anything. I love the fact that he was Smaug in The Hobbit. That was perfect. when he talks about his wings like a hurricane, the quotes they used from the book in that were absolutely excellent. Captain Robert April, we've got problems on both ends of the argument. You're not a true fan if you hate it, or you don't hate it. Everybody needs to calm the frown down. It's like a domino effect, man. It is. You want to get me riled up, and I'm not talking about you, Cap. I'm talking about the people on the other side of this argument, is to point your fingers and call people shit. I'll give my opinion. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. Just like you're entitled to yours, and Eastland Burkholder is entitled to his. DJ Odyssey is entitled to his. Fenner of Fire. We all are entitled to our opinions. They're like assholes. But when you've constantly got a group pointing their fingers at you, calling you names, saying you can't say this, or you can't leave that type of review, or you're just a hater, or you didn't even watch the show. That's the one I love. That is the one I love. And that is what really got me to put out this morning show today was, did you even watch the show? Yeah, I watched both episodes 4 times a piece. 4 times a piece. But I didn't watch the show. You must not have watched it, because everyone who watched it loved it. Words going around that, we're just reviewing without watching. Well, I guess I'm glad I watched it in a group with a bunch of different people, both episodes. DJ Odyssey, Loki, the day you ever want to go on an epic rant about Doctor Who, call me up that day. Hell yeah, brother. I have been known to go on a Doctor Who rant. I have been known. Yes, learns new words. Yes, Pudgy. Oh, Lady Q, I do not hate it. I just felt it did not portray Trek in a good light. It had too much toilet humor and failed to provide me with a good feeling. I don't see how it could. But that, again, that's my opinion. I don't see how this show can do that. But if it makes you laugh, if it does, then, great. I'm happy. And a $1.99 tip from Drive By Eris. Thank you so much, Drive By Eris Style. And score!
There it is! Take your hat off, boy. That's a $1 bill.
I love that. And Eris says, hello, everyone, and Tata. Hope y'all have a wonderful day. Have a great day, Eris of Chaos. Thank you so very much. You are keeping the lights burning bright in Valhalla. Thank you. Yeah, squirrel? Squirrel? Where? So, I've had this lovely little Star Trek article. And O'Connell is kind of funny here. I actually thought this was kind of funny. Star Trek Lower Decks voice actor Jerry O'Connell, who voices Commander Jack Ransom, responded to a Star Trek fan claiming that the newly released animated show is not doing so well. Twitter user STD Sucks posted to Twitter, Lower Decks is such a success that CBS put the first episode on YouTube for free. The ratio isn't great either. They then shared a screenshot of the first episode of Lower Decks having over 650 downvotes compared to 1,500 upvotes. And there is the picture of that. O'Connell responded using a number of Star Trek puns. He wrote, let's review the data. Seems to be for every 40 people who liked, only 1 dislike. That is almost 7 of 9. He continued, granted not bullseye, but we're not an archer here. I would say we are crushing it. Might be time for you to take a pike. Everything is Chakotay. Despite O'Connell claiming Lower Decks is Chakotay, the show is a rotten score on Rotten Tomatoes from audiences. It currently has a 34% audience score from 268 users, with the average rating being 2.12 stars out of 5. So you've got 21.8% giving it a 10 and 25% giving it a 1 and the rest all filler. The one demographic that seems to be enjoying the show, according to IMDb's data, is females between the age of 18 and 29, albeit there is a small sample size of only 12 votes. Maybe the most telling indicator about the show's struggles is the fact that there just aren't that many reviews of the show, meaning a lot of people didn't even take the time to watch it. Not only is the show getting hardly any reviews from users, and the ones they are getting are quite negative, but the show also failed to land an international distributor, indicating that even distributors like Netflix, Amazon, and others are staying away from the show. Yes, NB Geek, let's talk. STD Sucks got in an article. Yes. Showrunner Mike McCann attempted to explain the lack of an international distribution deal on the pandemic. He blamed it on the pandemic. Let's all blame the pandemic, folks. He explained, I want everyone in the world to be able to see this show. And I think that's something the internet doesn't quite calculate into, you know? It's always a mystery. You're always seeing like, oh, what is CBS up to? Yeah, what giant dumpster fire are you guys going to put out next? That's pretty much what it's wondering. CBS wants all you guys to see it too. I want to be careful here because I normally just go radio silent because I don't want to speak out of turn because this business stuff, the deal making is not something I'm involved in. I'm involved in making sure a true symbiont is called a symbiont and not a symbiote. Huh. They actually have to have a guy there that knows what he's talking about. Yeah, Psycho Dwarf 9, Loki, I'm not going to pay for another white man stupid show. Yeah. I totally get you. Finally, he blamed the pandemic, saying, there are in the works a way for you guys to watch it. I don't know the timeline, but the reason you guys don't know yet is squarely because of the pandemic. Because the timeline for everything we've been doing for production have been completely thrown out. Interestingly, he then adds a lot of what we're doing for Lower Decks unexpectedly got shifted 2 months early. Oh, it came out 2 months early. Probably didn't have like any kind of, viewer feedback or anything, no test runs. They just threw it out there because, they knew it was going to be a success because they were juggling around schedules and stuff. A lot of the different groups in entertainment, when you shuffle that stuff around, you can't move as fast as we in production can. So, what do you guys think? I think that Jerry O'Connell tried to make it funny. And I also think that they're in some deep shit because there is more here that I wanted to cover real quick. Boom. MB Geek, let's talk. Man, these people are so full of double talk and bullshit. Who writes these idiots' responses? They're as bad as the writing on LDS. Yes. Yeah, LDS. All right, yeah. I like it. He did a little too much LDS in the 60s. Dave G. Sound. This is Star Trek's Wonder Woman 84. Yeah, that special cover, that variant cover. This is the variant cover of Star Trek. New rumor claims more Star Trek shows canceled, including Picard, as internal struggle mounts between Emma Watts and Alex Kurtzman. A brand new set of Star Trek rumors have surfaced claiming that there is an internal power struggle being waged between Emma Watts and Alex Kurtzman for the future of Star Trek. Not only does this new rumor from 4chan detail there's an internal power struggle, but it also claims that Star Trek Picard Season 2 will not be happening and that Lower Decks might also get the axe. Why am I not surprised? I would not be surprised if there is no follow-up Season 2 Lower Decks. And then them just say, oh, well, it was always meant to be like a mini-series, It was never meant to go beyond that. So they can try and save face. The rumors begin by claiming that Star Trek Prodigy has been canceled internally due to Emma Watts pushing to take the reins of Star Trek away from Alex Kurtzman and Bad Robot, or as we like to call it, reboot. Star Trek Prodigy was just recently announced by Viacom CBS just about a month ago in July. In that announcement, the official Star Trek website revealed that the show was being developed by Kevin and Dan Hageman and overseen by Nickelodeon's Ramsey Naito. Just a week ago, Star Trek would also announce they found a director for the series in Code Hunter's Ben Hibben. Not only will Hibben direct, but he will also serve as co-executive producer and the creative lead. Naito announced Hibben's involvement, saying Ben's contributions to the world of animation are immeasurable, and we are so lucky to have his vision, creative genius on Star Trek Prodigy. As an incredible storyteller and a world builder with a distinct vision, his original approach paired with his beloved property will bring the characters to life in a whole new way. Hibben added his own comics. Getting the chance to work with an IP like Star Trek has been an incredible opportunity. People have said that before and quit and walked away, haven't they? Particularly when partnering with the talented teams at Nickelodeon, CBS, and Secret Hideout, who have been pushing the boundaries of what animation and serialized storytelling for younger audiences can deliver. I don't know about that. Honestly, CBS pushing the boundaries of animation, they pretty much copied Rick and Morty. So, I don't know. Captain Robert April, Prodigy is an idiotic idea. The very premise is a canon violation. It's hard to imagine the show would be canceled 7 days after finding a director, but it's also not the first time that a show would fall into limbo while having an attached director. As far as the internal struggle between Kurtzman and Emma Watts, Watts was announced as the newly appointed president of Paramount Motion Picture Group, a subsidiary of Viacom CBS at the end of June. In a report from Deadline, they detailed that Watts' role would be to oversee the studio's film operations from development to release, including Paramount Pictures and Paramount Players production labels, as well as managing the creative development group and supervising casting, physical production, post-production, and music. Watts made a few comments saying at such a rapidly evolving time in our business, Paramount's rich history and commitment to unique and diverse storytelling make it essential in this new era of filmmaking. I look forward to working alongside Jim and the rest of the talented Paramount team to continue creating an environment that not only provides stability and confidence within the industry, but also empowers the creative community to do their very best work. Wow, she didn't say anything about diversity and inclusion. I'm surprised. According to another report from Deadline earlier this month, Watts' top priority is Star Trek. They claim that new film chief Emma Watts, who managed many a franchise at Fox, is in the process of figuring out which way to go. Nevertheless, the rumor goes on to point out that Star Trek shorts have been canceled. Oh, short track bus. Short bus Star Trek's been canceled. The rumor also adds that Star Trek Discovery Season 3 will most likely be its final season due to Watts' intervention. The rumor specifically states Star Trek Discovery Season 3 has been edited and filmed to end on a series finale, but was meant to leave things open if there was a possibility for renewal. However, thanks to Watts, it will definitely not be. Next, the rumor claims that Star Trek Lower Decks might also be on the chopping block. It states Star Trek Lower Decks may or may not survive depending on its viewership, but it is extremely low, which might make its greenlit Season 2 suddenly evaporate. Such a great show. Only true Star Trek fans would love it. You know, I'm amazed. You know, if true Star Trek fans love it, then everyone here should love it. Everyone out there that watches Star Trek, that has watched Star Trek as long as we have, should, love it. And it should be saved. I really don't understand what the problem is. So, Star Trek Lower Decks was initially reported by Deadline to have a 2-season order back in October 2018. The rumor would then address Star Trek Strange New Worlds. It claims Strange New Worlds so far is unaffected, but if Kurtzman is removed entirely, then the leadership on it will also change, and Akia Goldsman will be removed too. So, NB Geek, let's talk. Is it just me, or do they say something is greenlit for another season as bait to see if it will get people to watch it? I wonder. It's possible. And Stephanie Littlepage, thank you so very much. Stephanie Littlepage, where is it? Where is it? There it is. Just tipped $1.99. Thank you so very much, Stephanie. And Skull.
There it is! It's you! Take your hat off, boy, that's a dollar bill!
And Stephanie Littlepage says, opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one and they all stink. Had to get that out of my system. Yes, Stephanie, I completely, totally, 100% agree with you. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. So, the rumor then claims Star Trek Picard Season 2 will not happen. It claims Sir Patrick Stewart is contractually bound to talk about the production positively in public, but that will cease come November when he will be released from his contract and the show will be formally canceled. So, guys, I got some information a while back that Strange New Worlds, the only thing they have for Strange New Worlds is concept art. Concept art. They don't have a contract. They don't have contracts with anybody. Nothing's signed. Nothing's dated. Nothing's being worked on. Nothing's being brought up in production. All they have is concept art. If that's true, and this is all a get the investors and the stockholders interested into doing this to gauge what our support would be. They have failed miserably. Quit going back in time and trying to write prequel bullshit and rewrite history. Stewart has routinely discussed that a second season is happening. Just a little over a month ago, Stewart sat down with Will Wheaton and told him season 2 was happening. Stewart stated, I had some encouraging news only yesterday about when we might be looking at starting again. You know, it's all these predictions are dependent on the best possible circumstances. Yes. Where's my Chateau Picard? He added, I can tell you that CBS is utterly committed to another season for our show. Utterly committed. That's going to happen. Other than that, I'm not being provocative, but I don't actually have much to tell you. Is he trying to tell us something by that statement? Stewart's reassurances of Picard Season 2 come after the show saw more than 500,000 drop in viewership during the first season in just Canada. So in Canada alone, they lost 500,000 viewers. A recent report from Giant Freaking Robot claimed the show lost at least 45% of its overall viewership. That's everywhere. I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of people tuned in to see if it was going to be woke garbage, and it was. The rumor then doubled down on the idea there's a power struggle between Watts, Kurtzman, and J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot. It reads, an internal power struggle over Trek is occurring between Watts and Kurtzman, backed by J.J. Abrams, who receives profits from all new Trek shows through Bad Robot licensing. It then claims that the entire production slate of Star Trek could be wiped if Watts emerges victorious against Kurtzman and J.J. Abrams. If Watts manages to oust them, the Trek production slate will be wiped clean and a deal will be made with a new showrunner. You can see the full rumor from 4chan below. Thank you so much, Bounding into Comics. Should they just start over? Tell me what you guys think. Should they just start over? Captain Robert April. Development is cheap and announcements cost nothing. Until a formal announcement from CBS comes out, it all means precisely jack squat. Darth Monkey O'Reilly, if you feel the need to make a statement, there is a reason, and it's probably what you're saying you're not. Yeah. My opinion. Fireballs. Captain Trek, start over. Colin P. Smith, Loki is as said, all they have to do to prove us wrong is release the U.S. viewing figures. That's right. Preferably within a demographic breakdown. Not holding my breath now. Though they won't. They won't. There's no way. And Trey from Max World Entertainment just tipped $2. Thank you so very much, Trey. And he says, Dabo.
There it is! Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
And Max World says, always remember, we are not haters just because we want decent Trek. Motherfuckers, I say, skull, biatch. Thank you so very much, Trey. Thank you. And skull, brother. Start over, leave it alone for 2 years. I think they need to leave it alone for more than 2 years. It's just not happening. If it is for you, I'm glad, but the numbers here say different. You can't argue with numbers. Numbers are numbers. They can change, sure. They can change over time, too. 10 years from now, this might be the funniest shit to look back on and laugh at. Right now, I'm not seeing it. As Stephanie said earlier, opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one. To be fair, it was the discover and become the crew of an abandoned starship. That was my main connection. Oh, Eastern Burkholder. Wipe the slate clean, buy off bad, reboot, and bring in people who will be caretakers and move forward with Star Trek. Thank you, Mark. Not backwards. Not backwards. And certainly not what they did with Picard. Yes, admit that STD, Lower Decks, and Picard are in a separate timeline and bringing people that love this franchise and can tell good stories. It can be salvaged. They killed their golden goose. Yeah, they did. They did. One thing that they cannot lie about, the licensing groups that want to buy stuff, they don't want Lower Deck shit. They don't want Lower Deck shit. They don't want STD shit. They don't want Picard shit. Let me ask you something. Does anybody even remember the name of the ship in Picard? Has anybody seen it for sale anywhere? Anyone? Anyone? Have you seen the ship? Lady Mist, you have a good day, Lady Mist. Captain Spire, yes, sir. Let us never forget that Lower Deck stole the plot from an older sci-fi series. It was Earth 2, Season 1, Episode 6, A Memory Play. Go watch it. I have. And I completely agree. No merch. A healthy property has merch. I've got more merch in my Teespring store than they have for STD, Picard, and Lower Decks. More merch in my Teespring store than they have for all three shows. Prove me wrong. Go look at my shit and prove me wrong. You can't. They don't have shit. It's not selling. Darth Monkey Orath. Haven't seen any Picard merchandise. It's because you're not going to. Where are these shirts with the ship from Picard in it? Where are the models? Where are all the models? Where are the light up pre-builts on Amazon? You know what I'm talking about. The badass big models that are pre-built that have the lighting strung through them where like you hit a switch and the deflector glows and all the lights in the ship come on. Where's all that? Eastland Burkholder, Stone Loki has more merchandise, but one cannot shoplift in his virtual store. That's true. It's true, but you can get free stuff every once in a while. I do give stuff away. I'm giving away a couple of coffee mugs. I'm giving away a hoodie. Captain Spire. They are pushing Picard and Lower Decks in Star Trek Online. Some items are totally free because they know no one would spend even in-game currency on it. Yeah. Yeah. Loki has more merchandise than Star Trek. Not all of Star Trek, because all the old stuff's selling. All the old stuff is selling. Captain Robert, well, Polar Lights has finally come out with some ship models from Discovery, and the only one that seems to have any traction is the Disco Prize. Dude, when I saw that ship for the first time, I said, what in the hell are y'all smoking? You went back and pulled something from original design blueprints that they didn't use. There's a reason why they passed that over and didn't use it. Oh, purple Valkyrie. That is a cold blow. Yes. They can make an Icheb doll with a removable eye. Could you imagine a bobblehead where when you bobble its head, Icheb's eye falls out? Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great if CBS to do that? Little bobblehead, ball, but when you do it, the ball falls out, the eyeball. And Max World Entertainment, La Serena. Oh, yeah, because, Rocinante is the name of the ship in Picard, by the way. Now I'm out. Take care, everyone. You're all amazing. Take it easy, Trey. Stephanie Littlepage, if I want good Star Trek, I simply sit down and watch Star Trek Continues. It's one of the best of the fan series. Yes. Yes. It is. I absolutely love Star Trek Continues. Oh, and the doll screams. Oh, Kronos. Kronos added to the purple Valkyrie doll. Yeah, you get the Icheb doll, and you pop the back of its head, and it bobbles, and the eyeball falls out, and it screams. Child choking hazard. Eastland Burkholder, yes. Lady Q, hell, a company here in Florida is making more merch and models than CBS and is selling out of every run they have of deck models. I bet you they are. Why? Because the old stuff sells. Why does the old stuff sell? Because we love what they did. It's in our hearts. It's in our minds. We love what they did with Star Trek. And now a lot of people don't. Now a lot of people have a problem with it. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? I know I'm just a hater. You know what? I'll admit it. I'm just a hater. I am. I just like to hate. That's it, right? I just like to hate on it. I just like to talk shit about it. I don't really want good Star Trek because I'm just not a real Star Trek fan. Jeff Franklin, I am a hater. I must never have been a real Star Trek fan. I never collected all the series on DVD. I never got, Next Gen as soon as it came out on Blu-ray. I never got the movies on VHS, on DVD, on Blu-ray. I haven't been begging CBS to make a 4K restoration of the original first 6 movies. And Captain Robert April. Actually, now the older stuff isn't selling as well as it used to. That's how badly Kurtzman has damaged the brand. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Why would you want to spend your money on CBS when they're calling you all kinds of crap? Broken Entertainment, I am a hater of the garbage CBS is putting out. They don't have anything else to call us. They don't have anything else to say to us. I have this to say. We're not like you. We're not like you blue-haired Landwells. We welcome people's opinion. We don't shit all over it. We don't call you names because you like something or you dislike something. We don't run our mouths at you because you like something we don't. What we do is we respond in kind to what you say to us. What you say to us is you point your fingers at us and you call us is and obes and Yahtzees and all kinds of stupid shit. You're not real Star Trek fans. Only real Star Trek fans would love. So we will respond in kind, and we will keep giving our opinion, and we will keep standing up, and we will stay on the shield wall, and we will fight for Star Trek, because at the end of the day, we love Star Trek. Each and every one of us out there that has watched this show, that has been dedicated to this show, that has bought merch, that has spent money on books, we're all Star Trek fans. Even if you've never spent a dime on Star Trek, you sit in front of that TV and you love it, and you watch it. You love Star Trek. As far as liking new Trek, I don't really give a shit. We've got our Trek. I'll pop in Deep Space Nine and watch it. I'll pop in Next Gen on Blu-ray and watch it. Why? Because it knocks the shit out of anything y'all have. Later.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.